He was cut from his high school team, not because he wasn't good enough. Because of grades, he didn't play for 2 years. Now he's a lottery pick, and he's already in a war of words with Draymond Green. 6 feet 9 inches, 240 pounds, 7 feet 4 inches wingspan, the 11th pick in the NBA draft. This is the story of Yaxel Lendeborg, the player the entire league slept on, and the rookie who's already making enemies. But first, let's start with what his new general manager said on draft night. That's Mike Dunleavy.
Well, good first night of the draft for us. I think we're excited to add Yaxel to the program. So, it's a guy that we feel like fits with our system right away. There's basically never been a player this good at his age. So it's unique for us to evaluate. But I think we felt like to get him and add him into what we have just checks a lot of boxes.
The Warriors GM. And he just called a rookie one of the best players at his age he's ever evaluated. But to understand why the Warriors were so excited, you have to go back to the kid from South Jersey. Nobody outside of Camden County was paying attention to Pennsauken, New Jersey. Not a basketball factory. Not a national pipeline school. His mom played on the Dominican Republic women's national team. His dad played on the men's. Basketball lived in that house before he could walk. But the story almost ended before it started. Freshman year, cut from the high school team, poor grades, no exceptions. Sophomore season, didn't play. Junior season, didn't play. 2 full years of high school basketball gone. The years every recruit uses to build a resume, film a highlight reel, and get on the radar of high major coaches. He watched from the stands. Senior year, he finally got back on the floor. 11 games. That's the entire high school career. 11 games as a senior. His team won 10 of them. That's the resume he took into recruiting. 11 games of tape. No shoe circuit resume. 0 offers from the schools that mattered. Duke passed. Kentucky passed. The entire ACC passed. The entire Big Ten passed. JUCO was the only door open. Arizona Western College. Middle of nowhere. And somehow in that gym, he became Arizona Western's all-time leading rebounder. Read that sentence again. The all-time leading rebounder in the entire history of junior college basketball. That kind of number doesn't happen by accident at a level nobody's watching. That kind of number happens when a kid the sport already wrote off decides to make the sport rewrite the ending. By the time UAB called, he was already a project, a reclamation. What happened next turned him into a lottery pick. Year 1 at UAB, first team All-AAAs, AAC Defensive Player of the Year, Conference Tournament MVP. As a first-year Division I player. Year 2, he came back a different animal. 17.7 points, 11.4 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.8 blocks, 1.7 steals. Read that stat line again. That's not a big man stat line. That's a point-forward stat line, stapled onto a paint-crashing rebounder's body. And then the number that stops everyone in their tracks. One of only 2 players in NCAA Division I history to finish a season with more than 600 points, 400 rebounds, and 150 assists in the entire history of college basketball. 2 guys. Back-to-back first-team All-AAC. Back-to-back AAC Defensive Player of the Year. He'd gone from a kid nobody recruited to the most coveted player in the entire transfer portal. Then he made the call that changed everything. He entered the 2025 draft process. Scouts had him going in the first round. He pulled his name back. He was going to run it back in college. 1 more year. 1 more level to climb. Michigan won the bidding war. Roughly $5 million in NIL. Coach Dusty May had a vision. Take a career interior player and move him out to the wing. Turn a 5 into a positionless 3-4. The transformation was immediate. A guy who spent his entire career backing defenders down in the post was suddenly running point forward in the Big Ten, bringing the ball up, making reads, hitting pull-ups, kicking to shooters. Final line at Michigan, 15.1 points, 6.8 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 52% from the field, 37% from 3, 82% from the line. Big Ten Player of the Year, consensus first-team All-American, Big Ten All-Defensive Team. Every honor on the table he took, and the ending was storybook. Michigan cut down the nets in April, the first Big Ten program to win the NCAA championship since Michigan State in the year 2026 years. He was the best player on that team. Full stop. Interior scorer at UAB. Point forward at Michigan. National champion. 3 completely different versions of the same player in 3 consecutive seasons. He wasn't just producing. He was reinventing what kind of forward he was every single season. And that's what NBA scouts couldn't stop watching. Which brings us to draft night. Barclays Center. The lights come up. The first 10 picks come off the board exactly the way the mock drafts had written it. For months, he watches the top of the lottery passing by. Pick after pick, name after name. None of them his. Pick 11, Golden State on the clock. The commissioner finally reads his name. The room reacts. The front office reacts. The analysts on TV react. Because everyone in the building knew what Golden State just did. Now zoom out to the Warriors roster. Steph Curry, 38 years old. Draymond Green, 36. Al Horford, 40. Kristaps Porzingis, talented when healthy, fragile when he isn't. And Jimmy Butler, the guy they built the entire second act around, recovering from an ACL tear that's going to keep him out to start next season. The Warriors finished 37-45 last year. Lost in the play-in. Missed the playoffs for the first time in the Curry era outside of injury-wrecked seasons. That's the situation Golden State walked into on draft night, and it changes everything about what pick 11 had to be. They didn't need a project. They didn't need a 2-year development curve. They didn't need an 18-year-old with a 5-year runway. They needed a plug-and-play forward who could contribute from opening night. Someone big enough to defend forwards while Butler recovers. Skilled enough to handle the ball when Curry's on the bench. Mature enough to walk into a locker room full of champions and not need to be babysat. They got the oldest, most polished, most positionally versatile forward in the entire draft. At pick 11, GM Mike Dunleavy went on record. He thinks Lendeborg can guard 1 through 5, function as a 4 who plays small ball center, and handle secondary ball handling responsibilities on offense. In other words, a rookie Draymond archetype, but bigger, longer, and with a real jumper. Jay Bilas at ESPN went even further. He called him a Swiss Army tank, not a knife, a tank, because he's not just versatile. He's built 240 pounds, 7 feet 4 inches wingspan, a frame that doesn't need 3 summers in an NBA weight room before it can compete. Every analyst in the building called it a steal. Every front office in the West quietly winced. But then something happened. Something that had nothing to do with basketball. And it started on draft night itself, before Lendeborg even left the building. Because here's what most people don't know. Draymond Green reached out first. Minutes after the pick, Draymond texted the rookie, called it a great pick, said he couldn't wait to play with him, welcomed him to the squad. The 4-time champion extended his hand. And then, later that same night, a reporter asked Lendeborg a simple question. He wore number 23 at Michigan, Draymond's number, Draymond's college number at Michigan State. So, would he wear Michigan State green for a year to get number 23 from Draymond? His answer: he called Michigan State losers, Draymond's alma mater, the program Draymond built his entire identity on. Hours after Draymond welcomed him to the team. Then it got worse. At his introductory press conference at Chase Center, Lendeborg was asked which teammates had reached out. He said Steph texted him, added him to the group chat, but Draymond? Still waiting on a response. One problem, Draymond had receipts.
This guy texts me. I text back. Within 30 seconds, "Ah, man, dope. Welcome to the squad, bro. Happy you're on the squad. It's my responsibility as a veteran to help you be in the best position that you can be to be successful and take over this franchise." Blah, blah, blah. This guy, it's the Michigan way. This guy goes in an interview and says, "Oh, man, Steph reached out. Text Draymond. I'm still waiting on a response back." You liar, Yaxel.
He didn't just call him out, he posted the screenshots on Instagram. Timestamped. Draymond replied within minutes of the message, and the reply was warm, supportive, almost fatherly, which makes what came next even more interesting.
Now, your credibility is everything, young fella. Don't you come in here lying, because we're not really a team very big on like rookie hazing. Like, it's just not something that we do a ton of. It's just kind of been that way for a while. Like, we've just never been that team who would just pour in on the rookie hazing, pouring on the rookie hazing. But we can pick that back up. We can definitely make it a little more interesting, as far as I've been a part of, some popcorn and then some, tires going missing and all those things. Like, I've been part of those things now. We can bring those back, Yaxel, if you want to be lying.
Popcorn in the car, tires going missing.
Tread lightly, young fella. Let's make your rookie year really easy. You have a few rookie duties, but you don't want to raise those things up, man, because turn up the pressure on yourself. It can get intense in those rookie, having more and more rookie duties. All of a sudden, you're on a 100-mile drive to Best Buy to get a PlayStation 5 from a particular Best Buy 100 miles away.
A threat, wrapped in a joke, delivered with a smile. And maybe that's all it is. Two trash talkers from opposite sides of a rivalry, having fun. Except the people who cover this team every single day don't think so. Their point, when's the last time you saw a veteran publicly airing out a rookie his own team just drafted? It doesn't happen. And then came the escalation nobody saw coming. This summer, with LeBron James weighing his free agency options and Golden State in the conversation, Lendeborg publicly made his pitch for LeBron to come to the Warriors, a rookie, recruiting LeBron James before playing a single NBA game. Draymond's response? He called the pitch pointless and added 5 words, "I'll see him at training camp." Read that however you want, but that's not how you talk about a teammate. That's how you talk about a problem you plan to handle in person. And here's the strangest part of this entire story. Through all of it, the texts, the receipts, the podcast rants, the training camp warning, these two have barely spoken to each other directly. They're communicating through press conferences, through podcasts, through Instagram stories, everything public, nothing private. And when Lendeborg was asked about it, he didn't laugh it off, hopefully. That's not the word you use when you know it's all a joke. So now you have a 23-year-old rookie and a 36-year-old future Hall of Famer circling each other in public before training camp even opens. Maybe it's the best kind of rivalry, the kind that makes both of them better. Or maybe it's the first chapter of something the Warriors didn't plan for. Because here's the thing about Lendeborg, he's not just talk. In Summer League, he didn't just back it up, he won the whole thing. California Classic debut against the Lakers, 19 points, 6 for 6 from the field, 4 for 4 from 3, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 shots taken, 6 shots made, a perfect NBA debut. Then Vegas, game after game in the rotation, playmaking, rebounding, defense, semifinal against the undefeated Lakers, 15 points, 2 blocks, team best plus 11, clutch free throws in the final seconds, and then the final, against Memphis, 21 points, Warriors win, Summer League champions. Think about that timeline, NCAA champion in April, lottery pick in June, Summer League champion in July. 3 months, 3 trophies worth of momentum. And here's the part that should terrify the rest of the league. He's told reporters he's not even in shape yet, playing catch-up on conditioning since the draft. Winded, out of rhythm, still learning the offense. This is the floor, not the ceiling. That's the truth about Yaxel Lendeborg. The Warriors didn't just get younger. They got a player the modern NBA doesn't have a real answer for. And they got him at 11, cut from his high school team, JUCO, UAB, Big Ten Player of the Year, NCAA champion, lottery pick, Summer League champion, all before his first real NBA game. One more detail, the number 23 he refused to trade for. He let it go. In Golden State, he wears number 1. Draymond keeps his 23. For now, that's the only battle he's won. Training camp opens in September. Same locker room, same practice court. No more Instagram between them. So here's the final question. Is this the rivalry that pushes Golden State back to the top? Or the crack that breaks the last dynasty apart? Drop your take in the comments and subscribe, because whatever happens at training camp, you'll see it here first.